keeps going on. And Obamacare, that keeps going on too, but will it work without young people? Because they aren't signing up. From Chicago, Charlie Kirk joins us from Turning Point USA. And Charlie, if I had to choose between a couple of $1,000s in coverage or a $95 fine, I think it's a pretty simple choice for me. And if I was 23, it would be a simpler choice.
Oh, it's a very simple choice. I mean, I know a lot of young people that are deciding to take the $95 fine. I'll tell you what, the administration is starting to realize it's two totally different things to get them to vote for them in 2008 and 2012, and then to enroll young people into a bureaucratic, broken healthcare system. I mean, the website has its flaws. Everybody knows that. But, I mean, it's actually a much deeper process than just going up and signing up for a trip on kayak.com as the president sold it to young people as. These young people are starting to realize, I have to pay these higher premiums, thousands of dollars a year, to support other people that are older and not as healthy. Young people are really fleeing away from this law, and we're starting to see it. The enrollment numbers are down, and we're not seeing the enthusiasm that this law needs to work that the president has said all along.
And another thing, even if this thing really had been perfectly thought out and the overall burden wasn't on young people to pay for the richest demographic in this country, isn't the idea that I'm young and I'm invincible, isn't that tough to break through, that I don't need the health care insurance? I'm not going to have that kind of sickness in the next couple of years.
You're absolutely right. I talk to a lot of young people, and they say, why do I need insurance? I'm healthy. I go to the doctor maybe once a year. If I'm sick, I'll go to Walgreens or CVS, get some over-the-counter medicine, I'll be fine. And that might kind of sound a little facetious, but a lot of young people think that way, especially if they're trying to get a job or they're unemployed and they don't have a lot of money. They might just say, heck, I'm really, really healthy. Why do I need this health premium? I'll get that when I'm 30 or 40 when I have kids. And a lot of people, when they're in their 20s, they think that way. And this young invincible narrative that's been advanced throughout the media the last couple months, a lot of people kind of joke at it, but a lot of young people think that way. They say, why do I need to enroll in this? I'll pay the fine. I'll be okay if I get sick. Right. And I don't think that was thought out correctly.
But let me just throw in a point of order here. I hear this $95 figure thrown around. Remember, it's $95 or 1% of your family income, whichever is greater, not whichever is less, but whichever is greater. Now, a lot of people in their 20s or something make at least 40. If you're making $40,000 a year, 1% of that is $400. It's not $95, and that's how much you have to pay. So I would be wary of throwing around 95 like everybody's going to be paying 95. Yeah. A lot of people are going to be paying 3 or 4 or 5 times that much.
Correct, right. But you also have to realize a lot of young people can't even find jobs at $40,000 a year, especially 26, 27, 28, with youth unemployment around 15%. But I agree with you. I mean, even with 1%, this is detrimental to young people.
And by the way, it's 1% of family income, not 1% of individual income.
A single individual. By the way, it's what they call AGI, which is adjusted gross income. And I think that goes with after taxes. So it won't necessarily be $400, but be that as it may, be that as it may, young people so far, at least the ones that you know, Charlie, we're not getting anything official from the administration. They haven't taken the bait.
Correct, right. They're running away from this completely. And I think it's very interesting because these young people voted for these policies overwhelming in 2008 and 2012. And what they're starting to see is there's a big difference between the theory of big government and then actually have to pay for it. Pay through it through higher premiums, pay through it through reduced hours. And this is a really interesting paradigm shift. And we'll see if it translates to electoral changes in 2014 because you're starting to see a big difference between big government theory and actual practice.